Do you have some sort of a playbook once you've invested in a company which helps you push forward the development of the company very quickly? Do you have some form of a playbook? I mean, VCs, for example, or startup studios speaks a lot about having a playbook to execute. Do you have something relatively similar in some way?
I wouldn't say it's a kind of a play, but I think, infrastructure assets are normally more established assets in general, right? And therefore, I think there is, you have to be more flexible in terms of what that asset does. But there is clearly, as part of the due diligence process before we enter, that process does allow us to really kind of identify, okay, what are some of the kind of key levers that we want to pull, and actually almost creating an action plan for when we get into the ownership as well. And really, if I think about what are some of the kind of key initiatives, and those normally play out across most of the investments, right? One is, how do you grow the companies? And that can be organic and inorganic. I think organic, that really kind of drives two ways, right? One is around how do I grow top line? So really finding adjacencies to the existing operations. So for example, our district heating assets in Finland are now looking at energy as a service, which is a different provision of energy and heat purely to industrial customers, where it's about, providing that kind of essential source of energy and mission critical equipment. But it can also be, driving efficiency within the companies as well. Inorganic, look, especially in that kind of lower mid market, I think it's something that has been well and truly tested within our strategy. And so, to give you an example, we made 21 investments, but we made almost 50 bolt-ons to those investments. So it's kind of an interesting way of growing and kind of consolidate the market in a fragmented environment. You then go into kind of professionalization, which was talked about in terms of processes, management teams, etc.
Hmm.
It is about then finding the right capital structure to support long-term operation, but also growth of those companies. I guess the
Hmm.
last one is ESG, and it's about finding that, especially from the way we look at it, it's finding that linkage between ESG, but also short and long-term value to the company. So it's not just about ESG for the sake of ESG, but it's actually about, okay, well, how do I get two benefits in one go, which is, yes, the companies operate at a high ESG standards, but actually, can they also deliver more value to investors through that as well?